Hey, my name's Elliot. I am the owner of this channel, Eloquent Visions, and I want to be more interactive on my channel. So today we're going to be shooting a little behind the scenes vlog type thing. We're heading up to Derbyshire. We're heading up to Derbyshire, and we're filming a little promo documentary video for a company called Lights On. I'm directing it. I'm here with my friend Billy. He's assisting me with it.
Hello there.
Yeah, so we're going up together. Here with Billy.
Hello everyone.
It's the night before right now. It's like midnight. We got a long drive tomorrow, so we've got to wake up at 5 a.m. 3.5 hour drive.
Get on the road.
Get on the road.
Road trip.
So we will see you on the road. Rise and shine, we've got to hit the road.
Cue the montage.
The montage has already happened, this is part of it.
Oh.
So as you can see, I'm back home now. I didn't take too much BTS footage whilst I was actually there shooting. I wanted to prioritise the film. So instead, I'm gonna break down the filming and editing process. When it came to my vision for this film, I wanted it to be a very natural feel. I figured the best way to go about this was shooting it in the documentary style that we did. And yeah, I was super excited to do that because I've never directed a documentary type video. So going back to the shoot day itself, we arrive in Derbyshire at the Jansen family's house at about 10:30. Typical England, the weather's not great and it's predicted to be raining for most of the day. Thankfully when we arrived, it was actually a little bit, it wasn't sunny, but it wasn't raining. As part of the plan for the day, we were going to go out and shoot some B-roll with the family at their local nature reserve. This was successful and we overall managed to capture some very wholesome shots of the family together within Mother Nature.
Billy's going to...
You ready, Billy? Hello, Billy. Okay, 3, 2, 1, action! Oh. We had myself shooting with a handheld camera. I was using a 30mm lens on the camera, getting some close-ups mostly. Billy had his camera on a gimbal, which is basically used to stabilise and smooth out shots. And he was using a 16mm lens, which he had a task of capturing wides of the family, wide shots. And in case you're wondering, we were both using Sony a6500s, which it was helpful to keep the quality consistent throughout. It's not the most high market camera, but you know, it's for a decent price. It still shoots in 4K, and you know, you can be creative with it and get what you need. I definitely do want to upgrade my camera at some point, and I will for sure. I want to get a cinema camera. I'm not sure which one yet. But you know, I'm not going to get a crazy camera until I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I need to be worthy to get a proper cinema camera, you know. Still got some grinding to do, but we'll get there. But yeah, anyway, back to the shoot. For the most part, a lot of this was just improvised shots. I didn't have to tell the family to do much, to be honest. We just kind of let them do their thing, and they were very natural on camera, and we just captured the vibe. Every now and then I gave them a couple directions, but for the most part they were just, you know, in their own world, and I didn't really want to disturb that. Yeah, Billy, the little dog, which you'll see throughout the video, he was loving the cameras. He was a bit of a diva. Yeah, we'll say that.
It's so good. Behind the scenes.
For the final shot of the film, which we shot in a nature reserve, I had a specific vision in my head for how I wanted that to look. The family walk over to the lake and they look at the view, and then it goes up high, and then that pauses, and the end titles are revealed, and that's the end of it. That's how I wanted it to look. So Billy had an attachment for his gimbal called a Gimboom, I believe. It attaches to the gimbal and it just extends. You can make it extend. Yeah, it goes up really high, and yeah, it just allows you to do those crane shots on a budget, you know, like getting those high angles and interesting, unique shots that you wouldn't necessarily be able to get without having a crane. That's how we achieved that shot. I think me and Billy both did think it could have been better. The thing is with that shot, it's very difficult to get it the way you want without doing too many tries, because once it's in the air, we didn't have like any kind of monitor to even see how it's looking, so we just have to hope for dear life that is framed center. Billy did want to do it a couple more times. I had to just move things on because we didn't have much time at all to shooting this, and I didn't want to get too caught up on one shot, you know. So yeah, we had to sacrifice it a little bit, but I was happy with the result that we got, so all good. We finish up in the field and then we head back to the Janssens' home where we would be shooting the testimony, their interview for the doc. We start this with Rudy and Fiona, who are the parents. In terms of the camera setup for the testimony, we had one of the cameras with a 16mm lens on it, and that was taking a wide shot of both Rudy and Fiona. On that camera was attached the microphone we were using. To be honest, not the best mic setup. We didn't have any other option in that situation. For next time we shoot a doc video, we're gonna invest in like a mic stand and a Zoom audio recorder so we can get the mic a little bit closer. We had to do some mixing in post to really sort out that audio. I still don't think it was the best, but you know, it was alright. But yeah, like I said, next time we will sort that out, so don't you worry about that, sweetheart. We then had the other camera placed on the left side, and we were using a 18 to 105mm lens, so we could zoom in close, get some close-ups of both Rudy and Fiona. Billy was manning this camera whilst I was interviewing Rudy and Fiona, so Billy was just kind of switching between whoever was talking. And yeah, both cameras were on tripods and the wide shot was left static throughout, so I didn't have to worry about that, which was why I could just interview Rudy and Fiona without worrying about cameras, you know. So the lighting for this setup, we just had one small studio light placed, I believe on the right side of the camera, 45 degrees facing them. I was happy with the lighting, although something that really bothered me was there's a blown out window in that shot. What I would do next time for that case, I would have got something to cover that window, like a white sheet or something, just to diffuse that light. And yeah, because it bothers me every time I look at that now. Like, and that's the way you learn as well. Like, these things stick with you, so it's all good. Next time I'm gonna get a white sheet. When it came to interviewing Rudy and Fiona, I had a few questions pre-planned out just so that I could engage with them in the best way possible, and also efficiently tell their story in a way that's going to allow it for emotion to properly build in the edit. You're trying to engage with random people, so you need to really utilize every tool you can to get them to keep watching, especially because the society these days have a very short attention span, so for the most part people will just switch off if they're not interested. So yeah, I wanted to make sure we could keep it interesting and keep it flowing, and I'd have enough in the edit to do that. So yeah, finished up the interview with Rudy and Fiona, who both did really great. And then I quickly did a short interview with the kids, Jess and Holly. Once again, they both did great and were really great on the camera. Everyone did an awesome job. I'm very proud of everyone. To finish up the shooting, I wanted to shoot individual portraits of every member of the family. So I had each of them looking directly into the camera, and yeah, I just was shooting in 60 FPS, get that slow motion effect. And yeah, I just got them to do a couple different expressions. To be fair, you could maybe sit up, stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went really good, and then we were done for the day. That was a wrap. So we pack up and say our goodbyes, and then me and Billy head back to Kent. But yeah, looking at everything as a whole, what went well? What went well then? I like this bit. I'm happy with the overall tone of the film, and I think we got some decent shots for the most part. What could have gone better? What could have gone better? We only had 3 hours to shoot with the family, and you know, that might sound like a lot of time for some people, but filmmaking is a long process, and you have to account for setting up equipment, like talking with the family about the plan, shooting everything, traveling to each location. You have to account for all of this, and it all adds up, trust me. And then you also have to account for if anything goes wrong, because often something always goes wrong. So it's not really as simple as 3 hours. Like that's quite a short time, at least for me. So yeah, we were really cramming a lot of stuff in, and from the get-go I knew that it was going to be tricky getting everything done. I would have brought ND filters next time. I don't actually have any ND filters for any of my lenses, which, you know, I probably should invest in. If it was a sunny day, we would have been screwed, because yeah, everything would have been blown out. Like there was even a couple of shots that were blown out. ND filters, we need them. And yeah, I would have shot on a sunnier day. As contradictive as that sounds, I would have shot on a sunny day if I had ND filters, because I think that would have brought out the positive vibes even that little bit more. You know, who doesn't love lens flares? Like, I would have loved to get some of them in these shots, but unfortunately that was the only day we could do, and England's weather, that's how it is. So yeah, that is the breakdown for the Janssens family film. I'd just like to give a few quick shout outs before I exit. First of all, shout out to Billy, who assisted me with this project and drove us all the way to Derbyshire, 3.5 hours, 7 hours in total that whole day, so yeah, a trooper. Go drop him a follow on the old Insta at Billy Cinematics. Go hit that. He deserves your follow. Next shout out is to the Janssen family, Rudy, Fiona, Jess and Holly. Incredibly welcoming to us, really great people. Yeah, we had a lovely time. Final shout out goes to Julia Black and the whole Lights On team. They gave me so much creative freedom with this project, and for that I'm truly grateful. There will be a link to the Lights On website in the description below, so you know, if it's relevant to you, then go check it out. Please let me know if you would like me to do more of this type of thing. I'd love to know your feedback. I'm still at the early stages of my career as a filmmaker, so I'm constantly on a learning curve, but that's why I want to make these kind of videos and look back on my journey, and if it helps you with your journey as well, or you just find it interesting, you know, then that is an added bonus for me. So that's it, that's a wrap. See you in the next one.